Everyone knows what the term fever dream means. It's basically a dream where things are weirder than usual, because dreams are naturally weird, but fever dreams are something else. Well, for the Cube Escape series, fever dream is definitely something that can be used to describe it. It's a point-and-click puzzle game where you usually have to escape a place. There is some lore, but I have absolutely no idea what it is, and the other thing that's more confusing than completing these games normally is speedrun these games, because sequence breaking makes everything make even less sense. There are 10 games in the Cube Escape series, with 9 of them being available in the Cube Escape collection, and the last one being Cube Escape Paradox. I'll be speedrunning all 10 of them, and it's my first time speedrunning any game seriously, so don't expect the best thing. I still put in some effort. So we start seasons by picking the Spring Memory 1964, by picking up the spoon and matches in this cabinet. Then I'll have to turn on the lights, open this window and click it to get a photo piece. Look up, get another photo piece that's in the lamp, grab the bird food wood. We want to cook Harvey's egg, so feed him, take his egg, fill the pot of water, boil it, put the egg in for a split second, put it in this egg holder thing, and tap it with the spoon so we get a black cube from it. Then we'll put the wood in the fireplace, set fire to it, turn the candle on, get the other photo piece next to the radio, lower the painting, complete the photo, wait, that's not a painting, and then put the black cube in, and now we can move to the summer memory. I'll pick up this cassette tape, move back, put it in the player, and then completely scramble it and grab the tape. Put it in the fireplace because we'll be putting fire on it later. I'll click this finger several times, grab the screwdriver, click the finger again to get a photo piece, and also the matches, and the other photo piece right here. Behind the clock I found another photo piece, and then I'll turn on the lights to get a key on the light, and then turn the lights off because I'll need to use this UV light, fix it, and turn it on so we can get the last photo piece. After that, I'll use the key to open this and input the code 1487 and take the shrimp that's inside it. I'll use the screwdriver to open the oven, then put the shrimp in, turn on, and walk inside the oven, watch this woman, and then get the black cube. So just like before, I'll put the black cube above the fireplace, set fire to the tape, set fire to the candle, and then go inside the painting. In the phone memory, I want to go to this TV and then put the codes 3612453254 and then grab the black cube. Take the photo piece from the bulletin board, click the eye several times to get another photo piece, go to the cabinet again to get this knife and stab Harvey, because somehow he had a photo piece inside him. Did I feed this photo piece to him? I'll grab the other photo piece from the kitchen, put the black cube in, complete the picture once again, and now I can go into the winter memory. Here I want to put the time in the clock as 1:10. This will make the clock open and we can get the blue cube. I'll open the cabinet once again, grab the hatchet and the matches so I can break open the window and also grab some wood. I'll take this blueprint piece that's in the pictures, and you'll see there's a bunch of times near every picture. This is the time that we'll have to put in the other clocks. I'll take these other blueprint pieces from this other devices, put the wood in the fireplace, burn it, take the rest of the blueprint pieces, and I also spent some time trying to remember where I was the last piece of the blueprint, found it, and it was right over near the oven. So I'll put the blue cube in, complete the blueprint, and now we can go to any memory. So I'll go back to spring, put in the time 9:05, grab the trowel, the coat hanger and the key, open the cabinet and put in the same code 1487. I'll take the seat, use the coat hanger in the radio to get this other key, and I also want to take the pot of water so I can put out the fire and grab the wood. Basically we're going back in our memories, and now I can set Harvey free using the key and the wood, and now we won't kill Harvey in fall, I guess. I don't know what's going on in this game. I'll use the trowel to take out the flour, plant the seed, set fire on the wood again, and now we'll go to summer, put the time in 3:55, grab the wrench and unscrew the pipe near the oven. Now I'll head back to fall, once again put the time 11:25, grab the matches and light the candle. So back in winter, we get 4 key items from our actions before. I'll take the Prozac and the cactus fruit, and then we need to make juices with all of them. But then we'll put the cactus juice near the fireplace. I'll then take this mushroom and make some juice with it as well. So I'll get the mushroom juice and put it right next to the grandfather clock and whatever this device is. I also want you to take the radio, put it in that frequency, so this way Harvey can come in and we get the flour. Now all we need to do is put the flour in, make flour juice, which I don't know, how would flour juice taste? Then I'll put it in the kitchen right over here, put the Prozac pill in, make Prozac juice, and put the Prozac juice right near the device near the window. Now I have to activate this device and click the telephone, but it actually says find me in the past. So I need to go back to spring, pick up the phone, and now this light shines on us and we're back to being Laura, and now click this here several times again and we're fine. That's 647 for Cube Escape Seasons and also 6th place in speedrun.com. The lake is the shortest Cube Escape game, so this one is just muscle memory. So right away I want you to pick up this fishing pole, the line, the hook, use the crowbar over here to get this eye and start setting up the fishing equipment. I'll look up, get this insect, use it as bait, and reel in this shrimp. I will use this crowbar once again to get another key and take this knife to open the shrimp and get another key from it. I'll use the key here to get the worm and a magnet. Use the shrimp head as bait, so when you reel back in, that's a person. And now we just use the knife on the person to get a fruit. I'll use the worm as bait now and get this fish, obviously. After that, I'll use this magnet as bait, and the first time I'll get a key, and the magnet you actually have to use it twice. The second time it gives you this box, and I have to put in the code 1422. This way it opens and gives us a gem. I want you to use this key over here to get the mold, use it as bait once again, and fish this shell. Then I'll put the fish in the cutting board, open it, and this tree will start growing from it. After that, I'll use the key to open this and gather a coin. I have to put all the 5 items that we got in this order, and then it makes a pentagram, and this shadow guy comes here for us. 132, and that's a 7th place in speedrun.com. Arles is the odd one out among all the Cube Escape games, because this time you'll play as Van Gogh. I don't know the lore of this game. Unfortunately, you also have a lot of inventory problems because you need to complete these paintings and there's a lot of items to be picked. So I picked up the absinthe, the hat, the absinthe spoon, the other piece of the painting, the sugar cube, and then I'll use it on the spoon with the absinthe on this glass to get another piece of the painting. On this screen there's another 2 pieces. You see that I clicked the code before so I can get this key. I'll take the milk and also the paintbrush here, taking the other painting piece from the mirror, use the key on this cabinet to get some wine, and now I'll have to complete the first painting. I'm not sure if you have to click in specific times or just spam clicked. I just spam clicked, I don't know, just trying to go fast, I wasn't thinking that much. So get a sunflower, put it here, and complete this puzzle by clicking these 3 sunflowers and you get the small key, open this other cabinet and get a knife. Now, if you know Van Gogh, then yeah, you know what happens here. Anyways, we put this here, we put the absinthe, milk, and wine in this specific pattern, and now we go inside our ear. Yeah, on the way there we get this gun, and then after going to the slide, I want you to put the code for this door, 1458, and there's now a shadow on the mirror, which we fire at it and get this white cube. I'll then complete this other painting so we get the golden key, and open this other door out so we can meet this friend, Paul, and get the palette from him after giving him the hat. Then I'll put the palette here and paint it in a specific pattern. I want the mountains to be white, the line right below it must be a solid green, and then a bluish kind of green. Then the cube is going to be black, the moon is going to be a dark blue, the sun, I think it's the sun, is going to be yellow, and the sky is going to be a lighter blue. The thing is, I don't know how this mini game works exactly. I don't know if it checks for specific points or if it's the relative area of it, but basically this wastes a bunch of time and it's kind of hard to do this quickly. It's still fun to find out what color represents each letter. So get the black cube from the painting, put in the black and white cube in this door, and complete it in 240. That's a 5th place in speedrun.com. Harvest Box is probably the 2nd shortest one behind the lake, but it's still kind of complicated. I want you to go to this fruit, click the spike so they're in this position, then I'll open the fruit and go inside it and see that there's the boxer inside of the fruit. Anyways, I want you to go to this comp and press the keys BB, BB, hashtag G, A, B, D, B, A, hashtag G, A. This will give us the key. And I'll go over here, grab this match, light the match on fire, and then grab the cigarette and the knife. I want you to grab the safety pin as well. Then I want you to put the fish in this position, light the cigarette, put the crown in this position, and so on. But I think it's wine that shows up in this glass. Anyways, I want you to paint the notes in this order: double note, single note, upside down single note, upside down double note, and then double note. I'll then want you to open this bunch of flies and complete this puzzle. I already know the answer, but basically you're supposed to make it so that there are 3 flies and 3 worms in each row and column. However, you can't have 3 flies or 3 worms in a row. After completing, you get 3 fireflies. I'll then put the safety pin here, lower the rope, look up, and toss the 3 fireflies in the shadow guy, and grab the black cube. That's 128 and the 6th and last place in speedrun.com. Case 23 is a pretty interesting one because it's the only one that's divided in chapters. The thing is, the first and second chapters are pretty much a joke. So I'll start here and immediately go to the safe, put in the code 1422 just like in the lake, and grab this bunch of evidence. After the screen stops shaking, I'll click the evidence, and that's chapter 1 done. Then chapter 2, I want you to go over here, grab this razor, and then grab the screwdriver on my desk. I want to shave myself, turn on the sink, and my facial hair will get together and make up this young crow. I'll use the screwdriver to unscrew the vent and give the crow to the cat. It takes a bit for it to eat the crow, but when the cat leaves, it'll leave an egg behind. Then I'll put in the code in the TV, 746, and there's Laura. She'll put her hand up, we'll give her the egg, it will lower and transform the egg into the white cube. After I get the white cube, I want you to then put the code 247, and then the shadow guy appears again and gives us the black cube. Finally, I want you to put in the code 392 and put both the cubes inside the TV. This will make a line shine up to our fan, and now we turn the fan on. Now we're in space, I think. Chapter 3 actually starts getting a bit hard, so first I'm going to go to the statue and put in this pattern. Cross, serious face, open mouth, put the eye over here, and so then make it so it's an eye, eagle, displeased mouth, and get this gem, and then finally make his face be closed eyes, gem, and open mouth. This will give us the shell, and I'll also look under here to get this bird's eye. Now, in this puzzle, it's kind of just muscle memory. I'm not fully sure how I completed it. Anyways, I don't know how I completed this fast. But onto the next puzzle, I'll just have to flip every single one of these pieces until they all form the full picture. After both these puzzles are done, I can look at this lady and then grab the black cube from her. I'll do a sequence of puzzles over here, put the shell over here, put in the code 148 and grab this painting piece. I'll click here a few times, grab this oil and this other painting piece. I need to put the painting pieces in specific places. I'll go over here, put the switches like this, grab this other key from the puzzle, use the key to open here, put the eye in and get this other key. I want you to then open this to get the fetus, complete this other puzzle, grab the ink, put the ink inside here, and then grab the heart of the fetus. I'm going to complete these other 2 puzzles to get the other painting pieces, put the heart here to get the scissors, put the paintings in this pattern so I can open it and grab the candle. Now the chapter is almost done, I just have to break open this wall. The points that I have to click are kind of predetermined, but I couldn't bother with remembering where they were. After the wall's broken, I want you to light these 2 torches and light them up in the order that's right above me. Left, right, left, left, right, right. After that, the boat is going to roll and going to come close to us. Unfortunately, I could have skipped a bit by looking to the left or right and then back to him, so that's like 10 seconds lost. Anyways, after he's here, I'll just want to zoom in on him, use the scissors to open his mouth and see that a crow comes out of him, and now he takes us to the cabin, which is chapter 4. Chapter 4 actually is a time attack level, so if you take too long, you will die and have to reset it. I grabbed all these cogs, complete this pipe puzzle over here, keep grabbing every single thing that I can, and then open this and put the cogs in the order medium, small, small, medium, big, small. After that, I'll use the matches in this device, open this here, right after the elevator comes up, we'll close it and see that we managed to avoid Mr. Deer. Anyway, just after a few seconds, I can mark off time, and that's 5:28, which is once again a last but 4th place. You've escaped the mill is pretty interesting because there's now a bunch of areas that I can go to. First, I'll grab this wood, matches, set fire over here, so I can get this boiling water and then look away. I want to burn this cobweb, get the key, open it, and see this old lady. I want to complete this puzzle where I have to make sure that the sum of the thieves that I selected above are the same as the sum of the thief I selected below. After that, I'll grab this golden tooth, put the code in for the door 1384, go down here, open the water, and I'll have to guide this duck to these plants on the wall. After he eats these 3 plants, he'll get even fatter, so I'll go grab him and cook him later. I'll put the gold tooth here with the flames and somehow grab liquid gold with my bare fingers. Anyways, I'll use this gold to make this key, grill the duck, use the key to go to the ceiling, and then interact with Harvey to get his poop, grab this telescope and the knitting needles, but I don't really need telescope. Anyways, in case 23, they were supposed to call us, but I completely skipped that part, and now skip it here too. After that, we see that Laura is ready to be taken. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I'll put the time on the clock. 6:10, and there's Laura's body with a bunch of flies. I'll click her several times to guide her to the machine that you saw before, and then try to grow this grass. I'll put the poop and water on it, grab the scissors, use the scissors to grab the grass, feed it to the cow, and then milk the cow in the order 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and get the milk. I'll go down, cut this lady's hair, and give her the knitting needles. I want you to then boil the milk and go up and use her hair in this loom. Yeah, I think it's called a loom. Anyways, I could have skipped it by looking away and then back to it, so that's a few seconds wasted. I'll use the wool made from her hair, give her the milk so she'll knit oven gloves for us. nice. I'll take the grilled duck, feed it to her, and now she's going to give us a fishing net. I'll use the net on the fish, grill it again just like the duck, feed it to her once again, and now she'll give us a strong rope. I'll use this rope to connect the gears to this machine and then guide Laura's head inside this screen. I'll go up again and look at what Dale's doing. He put in the 2 cubes, so now I have to go out and look at him and see Mr. Owl T-posing and making it rain with a light coming out of Dale. With the weather being rainy now, the machine is working and now I can extract Laura's memories in the form of cubes. This is just a simple memory game, so after I complete it, I'll get all these memories to come together and form the white cube. Now, I did try skipping putting the white cube in the lake, but it didn't exactly work, but I found out later that it could, so that's a bit of time wasted. Well, after putting the white cube, you're supposed to see the code 237 outside, but I'll skip it and then just put the code over here. We'll have to collect her bad memories, I think. I don't know why fish is a bad memory anyways. And after combining everything, the memories will go together and form a black cube, and Laura's body is also corrupted now, I think. Anyways, I'll put the black cube inside the lake, and after that everything's going to go dark. I'll go outside, look up, see that the cow decapitated, and she's holding Harvey now. I'll spam click to the dialogue, so she lets go of Harvey. That's a meal complete in 5:15, which is 4th and last again. In Cube Escape Birthday, I'll start using the skip, where I have to go inside the options and then immediately leave so I can skip the initial cutscene. This only shaves off a few seconds, but it's still a skip. So I want you to look in this poster and start doing this puzzle. It's a simple match 3 where there are 5 types of cubes, completely blank, 3 lines on the right, 3 lines on the left, 4 windows on the right, 2 windows on the left. I'm pretty sure that this is the only part of the game that's truly random. Every other thing has been predetermined so far, so this is the only part where I could have bad luck or good luck, but I didn't try skipping it just to get like a few seconds off when I could have easily lost a bunch of seconds later on. Anyways, in the meantime, the lore for this game is really weird. Like, you have to gather the cubes, but they're in form of the memories. The white cubes represent good memories, I think. The black cubes represent bad memories, but there's also the blue cube that we saw in Seasons, which I think it allows us to go back in our memories and change them. There's also the golden cube that was in the cave, but I don't know enough about this game. I mean, there's people with animal heads. For some reason, they're immortal, I think. Anyways, after completing this puzzle, I want you to grab this record, go over here and grab the screwdriver and the knife. I want you to zoom out, use the screwdriver on the light switch and get this cable. Take the gum from the gramophone and also look at this flags. I completely forgot this thing's name, so the colors are kind of like in sequence. I'll go to this other one and put in 12 equals 4 times 3. Open this cabinet and get the gin. Look at this one and put them in the order of quantity. Basically, there's 1 star, 2 lines, 3 lines, etc. I want to stab this balloon, give the gum to my mom, and then stab the gum as well. I didn't have to open this machine right after, so I just zoomed out and started cutting the cake in this tic-tac-toe shape. I'll grab the slice, which has blood in it, then feed a piece of cake to my dad, and his mouth starts bleeding, but that's just a needle. I'll then want to put these 3 flags that I got before here, and this way the string falls and gives us a bow. I want you to put the balloon over here in the sink, so I get the balloon with water, get the matches here. I know that the phone started ringing a while ago, but I just answered it now, and there will be blood, sure. Anyways, after I give the grandpa gin, ice cubes, and some music, he'll go up and start dancing, so I can get the stamp he was sitting on. Fun thing, we don't even really need this stamp, so the whole sequence was completely useless. They start singing happy birthday, and someone's at the door. Mr. Rabbit comes in and just shoots at everyone. What a nice birthday gift. After he shoots everyone, I want you to close this chest and grab the coin inside here. I want you to take this key from the vase that was broken, and also the battery from the rose. I'll use the key over here so this fly comes out, and also grab the kettle. I want you to fill the kettle with water and then start boiling water, because that's clearly more important than calling the police. I also want you to use the match in the oven so I can get this gas tube and then start drawing a tree over here. Also, jump scare warning. After he jump scares us, we get a piece of glass. I want you to grab the boiling water. I was also supposed to use the gum there before. I used the boiling water over here and grab this other battery that was below it. Now you see that the fly is stuck in the gum, so I'll just take the fly, go to the mouse trap, set it and put the fly on it. I'll look away and you see that it caught a fish. I'll feed the fish to the cat, and the cat will immediately poop out something with a key. Remember the stamps before? So I want you to use this key here, and the stamp was supposed to give us the date 1966. Anyways, after that, we see that the globe shines, and I'll grab it and start shaking it. Mr. Owl appears again and gives us the watch. So I want you to go back to the machine and use everything that we got in it. The boat, both batteries, the cable, the piece of glass, the clock, the coin, and the gas tube. After that, a hand will come out and give us the blue cube. This is the blue cube that I discussed before. Kind of lets you go back in your past and change your memories. Anyways, use it to rewind time. Then I want you to grab the silver coin from the machine, put it here, grab the gun, and give the gun to our grandpa. Now, basically what will happen is that they'll sing happy birthday, but instead of Mr. Rabbit killing everyone in my family, my grandfather will shoot him, and that's a happy ending, I guess. Anyways, after the shot, I want you to go outside, follow the blood trail, and now we see Mr. Rabbit's in a tree. There's a bunch of light coming out of him, and then he joins the tree and becomes a bunch of leaves. Yeah, this game. This was a black cube, and it transforms to a white cube. That's a good memory now, I think. Anyways, that's 625, and a second place in speedrun.com. Cube Escape the Theater was a bit difficult for me, because the skip didn't exactly work like I wanted to, but we started the same way, by entering options and skipping the initial cutscene. Right after that, I want to make a screwdriver cocktail for that man, so I need to put in here 2 orange juices and 2 vodka units. I'll shake them to make the cocktail and give it to him, and he spits out a screwdriver. You should get used to this game's logic by now. Anyways, with that screwdriver, I can go to this part and start solving this puzzle. Basically, I'll have to slide every single one of these pieces and get the one with these 2 arrows on the path on where it's marked. I can only move them horizontally or vertically depending on how they are, and yeah, there's not much to say here. It's mostly muscle memory in this part. This is the last level, so I just have to hope that I remember it properly. I'm doing this after I played the game, so I'm not fully sure what I was thinking at the moment. Looks like I got it done pretty quickly, so I'll get the plunger and the plug from it. After that, I want you to go on the piano and use the letters to type out dead face. After this, a hand will come out and I'll have to put in the same inputs that it gives me. I can kind of skip this if I memorize all of them, but I didn't. So after all of them, it gives me a key, and I'll go in here in the bathroom, but also fixing this plug beforehand with the screwdriver. Now, the thing is, I'm not actually supposed to do this puzzle, but there's a play later on that kind of bugged me out, and I wasn't sure why. I was trying to test how to get a specific skip to work, and every single time that it did work, I did that puzzle. So I kind of associated both of them when I should have just looked up the word record. So I want you to get this heart over here that's just sitting here, and then use the plunger on the toilet to see that the fetus was clogging it. I'll take it too. So I'll go here and put in the code that I saw in the mirror. I'm not sure how to describe everything, but well, we'll put that and then we get a shell. We'll use these 3 items in the first puzzle here. First, I'll have to talk to Mr. Owl, which is just wearing a mask. It's not like actual Mr. Owl that we'll meet in Paradox or the cave, or actually we won't meet in the cave. Anyways, he was talking about the 6 plays that we'll have, which will just be 6 series of puzzles. In the first one, I'll just have to click this lady several times until her neck does that. Then I'll have to back out and then put the items in this order: the heart here, fetus here, the shell here, and the hat here. After that, she'll open her mouth and it'll take this rose from her mouth. But yeah, unfortunately I also got this bug where I have to click her again to end the play. I don't get 2 roses though. Now is the signs, and this is the problematic one. You see that I want to organize these again so I can get the second answer to that cabinet puzzle. The thing is, in there's another recipe, and I have to look at that recipe so that display can end. But I didn't notice that earlier, so yeah, this is a bit of a time loss, but I don't really mind that. Anyways, after we're done, I'm just going to put the code there and serve them in a Harvey wallbanger, which consists of 1 shot of vodka, 1 of Galliano, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and 2 of orange juice. I'll mix all of them and pour them on glass again. I'll give this to him and he's going to bang his head. And now I want to make a Bloody Mary. I'll put in a vodka, Tabasco, I also need 2 shots of blood, and I will get a Bloody Mary. He'll drink it and do that, and I will go inside his brain, take this right path, and put in the code 7285, get inside this part, and grab the black cube. You see there's a few white cubes going around, but we don't need them. For this next play, I have to put the pipes in a certain order, but I don't exactly memorize them, so I just solve it on the spot. First, I want to plant this rose, water it, and shake it so I can get some seeds. Then I need to put the seeds on the left funnel and feed Harvey. Harvey will then poop out an egg, and I need to put the egg on the left place again, so it falls on the pan and there's a worm inside it. Then finally, I'll put the pipes over like this, and put the worm in the one on the left. This will feed the fish and make it start flying. After the play ends, the next one is a pretty simple puzzle that doesn't need us to look away. Basically, Mr. Crow is going to show us 1, 2, or 3, and I'll have to click the light bulb that corresponds to that number. I'm not fully sure if it's predetermined or if it's randomly generated, so I just do it in the moment. After that, he will start tapping his cane. After the cane section ends, the crow's eye is going to look at the light bulb that I have to click. After all that, it doesn't give us anything, but the play ends and we can go to the next one. This is why we need the black cube. Now first, I want you to adjust this so the trees on the left, the moon's the top right corner, and the window's at this position. Then these frames are going to lower. Then I want you to put the black cube on her face, click her neck, and now she's dead. Finally, Mr. Arles has a mask of Dale and starts talking about some of the lore of the lake and like why Dale was here and what's going on with him. But what matters now is that I want you to complete this puzzle and put the colors in a specific order. I don't need them to be in a specific position, just in an order. And now if that's done, I'll just have to talk with him again. And he's saying that like we're ascending and learning about the past and the future. You should look up another video if you want to find out about this game's lore, but I just want you to go inside that elevator, and that's Cube Escape Theater, and we get a third and last place once again. So, Cube Escape, the cave is the last one, the Cube Escape collection, and we'll start it the same way as the other two. I'll just go in the options and skip the initial cutscene. The thing is, this game has two main sections, but I'll completely skip the first section because I already know all the answers to this door puzzle. Now, you're supposed to go around and do a bunch of puzzles and help people and find out some lore about the Vanderbloom family, about how the cube works, but yeah, I'll just put these specific patterns in the walls and have these lights light up. There's also a guy we're supposed to help, and he's also supposed to give us a gem, and we also should have matches. The thing is, since you skip that, the game just gives them to us automatically. Now I have to put these like this so I can lower the submarine and get inside it. Now I want to go and put the gem over here, and we won't use the matches at all. I want to put in the first coordinates to the first cube, 3, 5, 40. Then I'll just go to this machine, mark how many units we gotta go up, head over here, and start adjusting our depth. I'm not fully sure how to speed up this part, but I will have to stay on the screen when we get in the coordinates with the cube. You see that the whole screen turned green, and now I'll use this claw thing to grab the cube. For some reason there's also like trees, but they're supposed to be deep underwater. Well, I'll just press this button, get the cube, flush it, I guess, and then go in here and get a vision. This is Laura looking at the view across the lake, pretty cute, and then get this white cube and put it in here. Then we'll repeat this cycle 2 more times. This time, the location we have to go is 2 to 30. First off, I want to go 1 to the left, and then 3 up, go over here and adjust our depth. I'll look over here just to be sure, and once again, green. We'll get the black cube this time, lower the claw machine, you already saw what we did before, flush it, and now there will be blood. Black cubes are supposed to be bad memories, so I guess this makes sense. Also, Shadow Guy came out of Laura for some reason. Like, I thought the shadow killed Laura. Anyways, next cube will be at 460. So I'll adjust the orientation of the ship, make it go a certain distance, adjust the depth again. None of this is muscle memory, I just had everything noted right next to me, and then as soon as the screen turns green, I'll look to the side and grab the blue cube. Flush it once again. Flush is probably the wrong term, but oh well, who cares. Anyways, the blue cube, something about time, so I'll just adjust those two and the pattern is alright. Then I'll take the blue cube and put it in here with the other ones. Our last destination is going to be 3, 4, 50. The thing is, it's not that far, so I don't really have that much time to adjust our depth, especially since the destination is at 50 and we were at 0. Now you see as soon as we zoom out that the ship is broken. Well, I'll take these 3 cubes and take a look at this. I'm not sure who this is actually. This part, it was a bit confusing for me because I had to click the shadows so I could progress, but I also thought that I just had to click the ground to walk. I'm not even sure where we are. Like, isn't this supposed to be the depth of the lake or something? We're at the 50 depth. Anyways, I'll go to this white cube. I'll have to wait a bit after clicking, and now we're inside, and here's Shadow Laura, I think. I have to put this machine in her and test it, put this machine on Dale as well. I don't know why Dale was here. Then I want to put these 3 cubes in any order, click this machine several times so I can get a golden cube. I don't know what it does. I'll give the golden cube to Dale, and then he'll go up and to be continued, I guess. That's the cave, and barely below first place. Still, 443 is a pretty good time in my opinion. Cube Escape Paradox is its own separate game on Steam and also has a chapter 2 as a DLC. Honestly, I'm not sure when any of the games are in like the chronological order or the lore order, but well, we'll just go in, and the speedrun does include both chapters at the same time. First there'll be a cutscene, but according to the rules, the timer shouldn't start until we are able to do anything. I'll go over it here and put in the code triangle, upside down T, circle, S, square, then grab Harvey's song. I'll go over here and complete the sliding puzzle. Basically, you're supposed to pieces in the opposite sides of where they were, so I'll start with the I and S, then the circle and arrow up, and finally end with the upside down T and square. This will open and gives us a photo piece, and I'll also get the key over here. I'll look at here and get this other photo piece, go over here and grab this pencil and the other photo piece, there's a total of 5, put this Harvey song in here, play it, and immediately stop it. I also forgot to use this key here to get the golden cube. I'll get my jacket, and we see the Harvey's free, but I also want to put the jacket on and see there's Laura's there and now the photo piece is there for some reason. I'll turn on the light and get this other photo piece. This makes all 5, and now just put them all over here. This is a pretty realistic picture of Dale and Laura, and this is because it's taken from the Cube Escape movie. You should watch it. I don't know what the lore implications are, but after we finish this painting, I can go over here and type the woman. Unfortunately, I made a typo, which is pretty annoying with these kind of typewriters, but I just have to zoom out and then back in, and what I wrote just gets discarded. So I'll type in here the woman and then use the pencil to start filling up these things on the paper. The thing is, if I fill up too much of it that's outside the marked area, it kind of represents a fail, so I need to be kind of careful but also pretty fast. Anyways, after paint her, we have to paint the cut on her neck, and afterwards we have to paint this key which materializes into an actual key. I'll use the golden key over here, open this part, but the only part that actually matters is this book section. I'll put them in the order yellow, green, white, red, blue, black. Go to the last page of the black book and grab this other cube, head to Harvey's cage, grab the last cube and put them all over here, open this cabinet, get the red vial and immediately drink it. Honestly, if you're in an escape room, the first thing that you should try doing, if there's a weird liquid, you should drink it. Please don't actually. Well, we find the key that was inside us, I think, and we open and we start following this crow. The thing is, the crow will lead us to Mr. Crow, which is also Arles Vanderbloom, I think that's his name. But when we get over here, right after the deer, I want you to go down. Basically, the crow is going to give us the map, but I want 3 statues. I'll go over here to get this statue and follow this other path that I memorized so I can get the woman's statue. The map's supposed to help you a lot over here and like tell you where to go, and then these places will tell you where to go. But right after that, decapitated deer and this shadow slime thing. But to defeat this shadow guy, I just have to click these places that were marked. I don't know why that defeats him. After that, I'll get this man's statue and we have all 3 statues. I'll keep going, and once we reach the gate, I'll put all the 3 statues. I don't know what the last statue that already was there was, but I'll keep going, and now we're finally at the lake and Laura's there with Mr. Shadow and he kills her. Right after Laura sinks, cube comes out and then the cube zooms in and we start seeing everything again. I have no idea what's going on here. But while this is the cutscene that plays at the start of chapter 2, I'll have to restart chapter 2 in the settings first so I can like actually prove that I did it from the start. Anyways, we get the same cutscene once again with Shadow Guy holding our brain, I think. The second chapter is really long, but well, we're just going to sequence break everything. It says that'll feel different, and the room actually is different. So first off, I want you to go over here, and this time I want you to get 2 items. The first code I want you to put is triangle, this hourglass that's default, S, upside down T, and I. This will open and gives us Harvey's song again. The next code is up arrow, square, upside down T, I, and S, which will give us a light bulb. Then I'll zoom in this windmill, and the puzzle here is that I need to put the fan with the amount of squares that's being shown in the position that's written there. So after a bit, I'll get this paper piece. And then we have this puzzle once again. It's really not that hard, but the thing is just pretty long, so I'll just skip it. And with the puzzle done, once again, we get a paper piece. This time there's one less, so we have the paper piece and this fish that will be important later. I'm going to put in Harvey's song and play it only for a split second, just like before. After a few misclicks, I want you to go over here to the light and use the screwdriver to unscrew this and then open it. I'll solve this puzzle so I can make the electricity flow properly and turn on the light, and you probably guessed it, the last paper piece is on the light. Then I'll use these 4 paper pieces and mount this greetings from Rusty Lake picture, and now head to the TV and put in the channel 945. This will give us a glimpse of Mr. Crow, but before solving those puzzles, I want to call Mr. Johnson for bird food. This will be important later, I promise. So his number is 54253, and after some dialogue, he'll say that he'll deliver in the future. This is also kind of a puzzle, but once again, it makes sense later. Now, I want you to go over here, grab this burning cigar, and burn our corrupted soul. I'll take this key and I'll put this over here, but the only important item is the knife. So I'll head over here and start cutting this fish open, because honestly, if there's a fish in Rusty Lake, you should always cut it open. This gives us a puzzle where we have to organize its ribs so the patterns are continuous, use the triangle key to get this magnifying glass, and we'll sequence break once again so we can get this globe key. Now I'll put the globe key in here and then put in this path. Down, up, right, 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 down left, right, down right, right, up, right, right, down, right, up, right. After that, there's this huge brain, and suddenly Rusty Lake becomes a tower defense game. I don't know what's going on here. Like, is this supposed to be our brain? What are these ant things supposed to represent? Are those even ants actually? Like, did they have 6 feet? But I don't remember biology lessons because some animals can be like classified by how many feet they have. Spiders have like 8 major limbs. Thing is, I also want to move this tower thingy so I can kill anything that tries to come close to the center. You see that there's a bunch of red dots that has been reducing, and that's how many bugs we have to get rid of. I want to change them every now and then so I can make sure every place is defended. After the tower defense section is done, I'll click the brain a few times and it becomes small and becomes the mind of the present. After that, I'll go to the mirror and struggle a bit to cut Dale's head open. Dale, please. Okay, now we take off our brain, put in the mind of the present, and now we're in the present, I think. Anyways, the light bulb will now give us this puzzle where I have to take these pictures and put them in the law, fear, or confusion category. It's pretty simple, honestly. There's like only 3 options, so if you have any doubts, it should only take a second. But we got this psychological file that we won't use, and the mind of the past. So I'll take off our brain again and put in the other brain, which brings us to the past. I'll sequence break this again and put in the code 369 and see Mr. Rabbit. Then I'll go over here and find Mr. Rabbit again. Yes, this is the same Mr. Rabbit that killed our parents in birthday, and guess what? After this puzzle, he'll be doing that again, because Dale can't escape from his trauma. Well, after he uses finger guns to kill our parents, I had to solve another sliding puzzle, which has the simple answer, and get the mind of the future. And yes, this is where the Johnson bird food comes in. They say it will deliver in the future, so they'll only deliver when they have the mind of the future. I want to get this envelope, the key, so I can open this last cabinet. I'll get this film tape and start solving this other puzzle. These are all scenes from the Cube Escape Paradox movie, which I recommend watching, but once again, none of these games make sense. They're still fun to play though. After everything's done, I'll turn these 2 switches on and complete this other puzzle where I have to match one of these lines with something in the picture. So that was Dale's tie, the shadow, the corner of the screen, Mr. Crow, his face, the mountains, her mouth, and her chin. After that, we'll see that the painting can be dropped and Harvey's here as well as the bird food. The thing is, we want to call Harvey because then we won't have to do a puzzle where I have to summon Laura. After that, we get Harvey's egg, pull out her brain, and give the egg to this person over here. We see that's Mr. Owl again. We'll cut open his mind and give him the present mind. Then his head goes back in and he becomes Mr. Owl. There's some lore here about like how people can turn into animal heads, and there's something about the elixir of immortality as well, and also small like talking issue here because he says great sacrifices, but the subtitles say the lake. Anyways, I want to give him the mind of the future after getting the cube, and his head becomes a fish. The thing is, we saw Mr. Reindeer, we saw Mr. Rabbit, we saw Mr. Owl, we saw Mr. Crow, but I don't remember any Mr. Fish in the story. There are other games though that I haven't played, so I'll just want to put the cubes here in any order, grab the blue vial and start drinking it. Instead of Dale freaking out and spitting out the key though, he becomes a shadow. So I'll go around the room, click this flies, see that, and the last fly becomes a key. I'll use the key to finally get out, and you see that instead of a crow, there are now markings on the trees so they can mark where we have to go. And yes, I do have to follow them now because I did try sequence breaking the game at this section and it did not work. I need the map first. So after all that, they lead us to Dale and the map. I won't really be looking at the map because I kind of memorized where I have to go for now. So I'll go all the way over here. Here's Mr. Crow again. Grab a knife. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Like, you know what to do? No, I don't. I don't even know why I'm doing here. And you see that running man? We have to follow him. After a while, we'll see that actually like half corrupted Dale, and yes, I do need to click him twice because if I only click him once, the next part of the puzzle won't be available. Now we get a corrupted statue and also this pattern on the tree that we have to follow. We see that again and another corrupted statue. Just like before, there's already one corrupted statue at the gate and we have to gather 3. I'll head to this place, and this time we see that the deer man is running away, so I'll just follow him over there. We see the decapitated deer again and follow him to this part, so he gives us the last corrupted statue and we go all the way back to the gate. And you also notice that the shadow man isn't here anymore because, well, we're the corrupted, so I don't know, is that like even a difference? Because one time Laura turned into a shadow and now we turned into one. Well, we put in the 3 corrupted statues here, keep going forward, and we have the knife. So there's Laura, and we know what's going to happen. Well, the cube once again gets closer and shows this scene, which is like the room that we were in, but more realistic. I don't know what's going on in this game. But as soon as this cutscene stopped, that's a 15:37, which actually is a world record because there was only one other person that's competing for it. This was my first time speedrunning any types of games. I really liked it and was really proud of my times, even though they weren't the best. Honestly, I think that anyone can pass my times if they just like put a whole day into it, but if you want to, go ahead and try it. Please subscribe, or if nobody feels like you have an overdose of every single vitamin type at the same time. See ya!